Grace Carter, and this is Tennis Now, presented by Tennis Express, where you can shop the back-to-school sale and save on gear for the entire family. Empowered by his Olympic doubles gold medal, Rafael Nadal is aiming for yet another major prize. Before beating Pablo Cuevas in his Cincinnati opener, Rafa told the media he believes if he stays healthy, he will compete for Grand Slam titles again. Rafa says he has the confidence now to make that happen. The 14-time Grand Slam champion hasn't won a major title since the French Open back in 2014, and his last hard-court title came the same year at Doha. Aiming for his 70th career title, the 30-year-old Nadal says his left wrist still bothers him, but only when he hits his forehand. And he's encouraged by his Olympic performance after a 73-day layoff while recovering from his left wrist injury. Because he says after not practicing for 2.5 months, he was able to compete at the highest level possible. Can't wait to see what he's got in store for us. And this week in Cincinnati, we could see some history. If world number 2, Angelique Kerber, could win the Western and Southern Open title, she will take over the world number 1 spot, a position Serena has held now for 183 consecutive weeks. Serena withdrew from Cincinnati due to the shoulder inflammation that she was bothered by in Rio. Now, you may remember Angie beat Serena for the very first time in Cincinnati 4 years ago. The Australian Open champion is bidding to become the first German to rule the WTA rankings since her hero did it, Steffi Graf, back in 1997. Kerber, of course, would love that number 1 ranking, but she admits it is a bit of a road to get there. But she is on a roll these days. She has earned the silver medal in Rio, and she opened in Cincinnati by beating Kristina Mladenovic. Hall of Famer Graf holds the all-time record for consecutive weeks at the top spot with 186 weeks at number 1, a record Serena is only 4 weeks away from beating. Steffi also holds the record for most total weeks at the top spot at 377 weeks. Moving on, Roger Federer plays timeless tennis, but if it were another time, what would Roger look like? Well, thanks to a weird ad for Mercedes, we may now know. Here's Roger with a wood racket, some Johnny Mac rage, and rockin' Andre Agassi's mullet in a new Mercedes-Benz ad that is trending on social media. And it is all topped off with a cameo by tennis legend Rod Laver, one of Roger's heroes.
We were pretty intense rivals back in the day. The kid impressed me with his speed, his finesse, and that car. Oh, I remember that car.
Hair and tube socks. This was the bad boy era. No one was better at being bad. Sheer animal magnetism. He was the rock star of the tennis world. A new decade brought new change. Out went fury and in came fashion. But no matter the trends of the day, his commitment to being the best never wavered. The best record, the best clothes, the best hair.
A little strange, if you ask me. We'll see what the final product looks like. Okay, Nick Kyrgios at it again, and we are not talking about amazing play. No, we are talking about racket smashing during his loss in Cincinnati to Borna Coric. Watch the reaction of the fan in the blue shirt behind Nick during this demolition. Nick retweeted the meltdown with the caption, "Sums up my last week." And Alexander Zverev, not to be outdone, also got in on the action. He had a little tantrum of his own. Thanks for the show, fellas. And finally, thanks to one creative artist, we get a really cool look at the tennis in Rio. Seems the big green courts in Rio served as a giant green screen for one imaginative Photoshop artist, Faction Man, on Imager. Here you see the gold medal match reimagined above the clouds, beneath the sea, in outer space, and as a Star Wars intergalactic battle. This very cool look has already gained more than 500,000 views on the Imager website. Pretty cool. That's it for now, everybody. I'm Grace Carter. See you next time here on Tennis Now.